Good morning, students. This is the third lecture for essential oil, which is for prepared for the diploma in pharmacy students. And even it is for especially they can also use it is for PharmD students, and especially very important for the 5th semester students of B.Pharm who are undergoing for pharmacognosy and phytochemistry 2. They also have all these drugs in detail and extractions they have to undergo. This class will be useful for them also. And the previous 2 lectures are very, very important. And now this is the third lecture and the final lecture for this essential oils or volatile oils, which today we are going to see only 2 drugs which comes under in this category are cardamom and ginger, which is very commonly which is available in our area, and also we are more commonly used in our food preparations and even traditional functions. We used to use ginger cardamomum as our traditional agents, which are having more holistic herbal preparations and actions towards our various ceremony. So this is cardamomum. There are many varieties and very interesting plant and needs more care while cultivation and collection. The fruit which we are collected, and the cardamom fruit and oil are more prestigious compound which is obtained from the natural source, which is used by our medicinal use and as well as even in food preparations. Definition: when you want to talk about the botanical source or definition, cardamom consists of the dried, nearly dried ripe fruits of Elettaria cardamomum, family Zingiberaceae. Part which is used is fruit and seed. Usually seeds should be kept in the fruit until ready to be used. Prevents loss of volatile oil. This is the fruit close-up picture. Elettaria cardamomum. Geographical source: Sri Lanka, India, Guatemala. This Guatemala is present in America, Central America, where a very good varieties have been cultivated and collected. History: traditional Indian ceremonies. It's a very important drug and spice which we used to use it for various preparations as well as I told in the beginning, is a prestigious ornamental and for medicinal use and as well as for food purposes. Production, collection and preparation of cardamom mainly obtained from cultivated plants, propagated by seedlings or vegetatively also. But the problem, it's a problematic due to its virus infection. So they used to use many pesticides during cultivation process. Capsules on the same plant ripen at different times. Important to collect them before they split. Collection and preparation. Fruits are dried slowly, outdoor or indoor. Too rapid drying, capsules split and shed seeds, so that loss of volatile oil may be there. Calyx at the apex of the stalk and the stalk at the base may be removed. Fruits are graded with a shift into longs, medium, shorts and tiny. If they have been sulphur bleached, removed color, it will be aired outdoors before packing for transport. Macroscopical features of cardamomum. Plant is reed-like, more than 4 meters, with long leaves growing from the rhizome. Fruits capsular, inferior, ovoid, 1 to 2 centimeter long. Apex shortly beaked and shows floral remains. Base rounded, shows the remain of a stalk. Internally, the capsule is 3-celled. Each cell contains 2x or x2 multiple of 2 rows of seeds. Each seeds slightly angular, 4 millimeter long and 3 millimeter broad. Color dark red brown. Fully ripe seeds are paler in unripe seeds. Strong pleasant aromatic odor. Pungent taste. So when you see the structure of the seed and as well as the fruit, it's a diagram which is drawn. We can see the seed, there is an arillus. It's a coating, a yellowish or slightly creamish coat. Raphe can be seen in the seed, and operculum is also can be seen, which is connected. The long canal. Cardamom seeds covers by arillus. This is a schematic diagram of a TS, which we can see that epidermis, raphe, oil cell layer, a sclerenchymatous layer, embryo, endosperm and perisperm. And when you come to the real transverse section of the seed, you can see the arillus, the outermost coating or a layer, which I told it is yellowish or creamish layer, may be seen above the epidermis in the seeds, an outer parenchyma, a layer, and oil cell layer, an inner parenchyma, and a sclerenchymatous layer, and parenchymatous layer cells. and periderm, endosperm and embryo, which we can see in the seed parts very clearly in a cardamomum seed. The transverse section, there is a very thin membranous areolus, that is what I told. It's a cover, it's an envelope, it's just a coating over the seed or enveloping the seed and composing of several layers of collapsed cell, yellow in color or cream in color, and contain oil. The brownish testa, the outermost coat of the seed next to the areolus, is composed of outer epidermis consisting of a single layer of cells, rectangle, in transverse section, longitudinally elongated and with parenchymatous end wall in surface view, light yellow in color and having slightly thick end wall, a single layer of large parenchymatous cells containing volatile oil. This is a schematic diagram already we have seen, and this is the picture of the original transverse section, which also we have seen in the previous slide. We are explaining about the microscopic character, continuation. In the region of the raphe, there are two layers of oil cells separated by the raphe meristil, several layers of small flattened parenchymatous cells and our inner epidermis of sclerenchymatous cells, radially elongated with anticlinal and inner walls very strongly thickened and reddish brown in color. Within the testa is a well-developed perisperm composed of parenchymatous cells packed with minute globular starch grains and containing in the center of each cell of small prismatic crystals of calcium oxalate. The perisperm encircles the endosperm and embryo, both composed of thin wall cells rich in protein. Chemical constituents of cardamomum, the seed contains 3 to 6% of volatile oil. The active constituents of volatile oil present in cardamomum is cineol. Other aromatic compounds present are terpenyl acetate, terpineol, borneol, terpinin, etc. The oil is colorless when fresh but becomes thicker, more yellow and less aromatic on storage. You can see the structure: cineol, which we know, cyclic monoterpene, bicyclic borneol and alpha terpineol, unsaturated compound of alpha terpineol with a double bond inside the ring. So which we can write the structure very easily. Whenever you are writing the chemical constituents of a natural compound, it is necessary for pharmacognosy. Students have to specify the chemical structure, which should be clearly written, all the substituents, because basically you have studied the organic chemistry and medicinal chemistry, and when you write in advanced natural chemistry, you should write very clear structure. Uses of cardamomum. Cardamomum is used as an aromatic, carminative, stimulant, stomachic, expectorant, diaphoretic, digestive, appetizer, and a flavoring agent. It is used in the treatment of respiratory disorders like asthma, bronchitis, cough, nausea, vomiting, indigestion, headache, diarrhea, cold, for flatulence. Also used as spice in cooking. It's very common in our place. Varieties and adulterants of cardamom. Adulteration can be done powdered drug adulterated with a fruit pericarp. The outer pericarp skin can be added as a powder and adulterated. Allied drug official variety Elettaria cardamomum, variety which is known as minuscula, other Elettaria cardamomum, variety major, more elongated and sometimes 4 cm long with dark brown pericarps. Amomum aromaticum, Bengal cardamomum, Amomum subulatum, Nepal cardamomum, Amomum cardamomum, Java cardamomum. These all are some of the allied herb varieties. Now we will come to the second drug, which is ginger, very common and mostly we are using daily. And after COVID-19, everybody are having to use ginger as a main supplement component present in our morning coffee, tea, and as an infusion tincture we used to have to take due to its high antioxidant effect, which will increase the immune power to resist various virus attack. Natural remedy which was given by Almighty, which we are using now. Traditionally we used to use in all our foods. Zingiberaceae. The botanical source of the definition, ginger is the peeled or unpeeled rhizome of ginger or gingiber officinale. Family Zingiberaceae. Common name Jamaica ginger or ginger. Ginger officinale or officinalis, ginger. Geographical sources, Jamaica, China, India and Africa. History, cultivated in India from the earliest time, used by Greeks and Romans, and was a common article of commerce in the European Middle Ages. Cultivation and preparation of ginger grows well in subtropical temperature with high rainfall. Grow by vegetative means. Mulching is necessary as the plant rapid exhausts minerals from the soil. When the stem withers, the cultivators or the farmers will know the rhizomes are ready for now collection. Then it will be dried. Macroscopical characters. Macro characters. Scrapped or peeled herb has little resemblance to the fresh herb, loss in weight, and it will be shrinkaged, can be seen. Occurs in branch pieces like hands or races, buds also, sometimes nodes. No cork can be seen. Aromatic odor, pungent taste. Unscrapped rhizomes resembles scrapped herb covered with cork brownish layer. You can see the picture of the schematic diagram and as well as the original 45x of transverse section. There will be a cork, which that is a skin or peeled, can be removed. Oleoresins, oil, and endodermis, a ring of a small vascular bundles layer can also be seen below the endodermis. This is a rhizome, so we can see this vascular bundles as a layer and it is distributed throughout the stele. Transverse section also. The stele means in vascular plant like rhizome, the stele is the central part of the root or a stem or a rhizome containing the tissues derived from the procambium. Cambium, you know that, which separates the xylem and phloem in the woody part of the stem. So here also, as it's an underground part, the root, where we can say stele, S-T-E-L-E, stele. It's the central part of the root or the stem containing the tissues derived from the procambium. You can see the structure, outer cork, broken or peeled, inner cork, cortex area, where starch grains can be seen, fibrovascular bundles, fiber oleoresins can be seen, and endodermis, xylem vessels, round tissues can be seen in the center part. In the transverse section of a ginger rhizome. Microscopical character when you want to explain, cork cells rich starch content. Cork cells are absent in scrapped drugs. Outer zone of flattened parenchyma and inner zone normal parenchyma. Oil cells scattered in cortex. Constituents, chemical constituents, gingerol, gingerone, shogols. You can see the structure, very simple. Gingerol, all of them are ketone compounds are there. Only alcoholic containing additional, then it is called gingerol. And when you have a long chain, the alcohol is removed, and when it is removal of dehydration can be done by gingerol. When it is heated, it can convert it into shogol. N times of carbon atom. That is what the bracket which shows the N times. But you see gingerol, the basic structure. C double bond O, CH3, CH2, CH3, CO, CH3. The ketone, that is substituent without alcoholic group, it's a ketone. That is why gingerone, O-N-E. Gingerone connected with a substituent with an OH group with a long chain, then it is called gingerol. When even the OH group with the water molecule is removed, then it is called shagol. So students can write the structure very easily once if you remember. Volatile oils present in the ginger, 1 to 2%, camphene, cineol, citrol, borneol. Gingerol, pungent component, anti-inflammatory agent. Shogol increases bile secretion. Sesquiterpenes, gingiberine, gingiberol, sesquiterpene alcohols are also present. Resins are also present. Starch grains, aileron grains is present in the cotyledons region, in the cortex region. So starch are also more content which is present in ginger. Mucilage, shogols is formed by the dehydration of gingerol. That's what I told you to remember the structure. By dehydration, removal of H2O or OH group from gingerol, which can give to shogal. It's not usually present in the fresh rhizome. There is usually they used to ask question, even for the Pharm D students, there is no short notes. But when you come to the B.Pharm students, 5th semester, they used to ask, how will you mask the pungency of the ginger? Actually, cooking tends to reduce the ginger's pungency by transforming some gingerol to shogal, because when dehydration, removal of water molecule in gingerol, it can be converted into shogals when you come to the structure into gingerone also. So which is only slightly pungent and has a sweet, spicy aroma. To neutralize the ginger taste, you can try to incorporating complementary flavors such as citrus, lemon or lemon juice can be added, sweetness, honey or sugar can be added, or creaminess, coconut milk or yogurt. Into this, your dish can also be used for ginger. You might have seen many ginger varieties of preparations which we are used to use in our traditional functions. There was a question for the 5th semester in 2020, that is in 2020 January question, and also they repeated in even the same question in 2021 also. How is the pungency of the ginger is destroyed? So we know that pungency is due to gingerol. So gingerol can be converted into shogal by means of dehydration. So chemically it can also possible, heating, cooking also it is possible, but in the same time pungency of gingerol is destroyed by boiling with 2% of potassium hydroxide is also possible. Shogal represents the compound formed by the loss of water from gingerol, less pungency. It is an artifact or artifact of extraction. Ginger officinale varieties: Chinese ginger sliced, African ginger darker, cortex is grey black in color, lacks the odor but more pungent than Jamaican herb. Allied drugs: Japanese ginger, Zingiber myoga, preserved ginger, undried rhizomes preserved by boiling in syrup. Adulterant: spent ginger, exhausted ginger. Vegetable adulterants detected with microscopical examination in powders. Uses and action: ginger having lots of action like carminative, stimulant, anti-emetic, antibacterial and antifungal, sesquiterpene lactones, anti-ulcer, gingerol pungent component, anti-inflammatory, shogal increases bile secretion and enhances GI activity, uses motion sickness, morning sickness, and it is used for many purposes for immune decoction. Infusions can also be taken regularly. You should refer pharmacy, Pharm D students, not only this much drugs, you should refer these all drugs also, and even B.Pharm students also. Volatile oil includes all these drugs, crude drugs in pharmacognosy, dill oil, eucalyptus oil, Guatemala oil, lemongrass oil, citronella oil, mentho oil, musk oil, palmagrosa oil or palmarosa oil, sandalwood oil. So these all volatile oils, students have to have the reference for botanical source because all of them are commonly available and which is used as a drug component, as a crude drug in pharmacognosy. So anyhow, it's a small class. You have to compile all the 3 lectures and you have to submit, and very good assignment in the coming week. Thank you.